Hi everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. We're going to be making Persian spaghetti today, and it is unlike Italian spaghetti in that it's not going to be noodles and sauce separate. It's going to be noodles and the sauce, and they're going to cook together in the pot. The noodles are going to get super soft, and all the flavors from our sauce are going to get soaked into the noodles, and of course there's going to be some Persian tahdig at the bottom of the pot. And if you've never had Persian spaghetti before, I'm so excited for you because it's going to be a treat. Farzana Khanum, my mother-in-law, is going to let you guys know the ingredients that we need.
Avocado oil, onion, noodle, garlic, ground meat, mushroom, tomato puree, tomato paste.
I'm so proud. Yeah, that's good. And in my last episode with the Persian pizza, I realized that I don't have one of these gadgets, and so we went and picked one up. I'm very curious to see how it works. But we will chop our onions and our mushrooms, and then crush the garlic. I need this. Yeah, thank you. She's always one step ahead of me. Oh, that's very smooth. Pour a little bit of oil in the pan, about 2-3 tablespoons. Add our onions. Let's see how this works. I got 2 garlics in here, 2 garlic cloves. Okay. All right. Can I have a knife? We recently installed these little child-proof oven knob things. My friend told me about them, and I'm so grateful because it's such a peace of mind. I never have to worry about, the gas being turned on or food suddenly burning or food suddenly not being cooked. And yeah, they're very easy to open and close too, for us, not for the kids. And they don't clash with your kitchen decor. That's another thing I like about it. So we have the heat on, like medium-high, and I did forget to include the spices that we're adding in the ingredients. It's because it's just like, it's almost like the generic spices that are added to every Persian meal, every Persian dish that sometimes I forget about it. It's salt, pepper, and turmeric. We get our meat from a farm. Like we go and we pick out the lamb and we bring everything home. Organic, grass-fed, halal, and so that's why it's like in these packages. And I have like approximate weights. They're all approximately 500 to 550 grams, which is between like a pound and a quarter. So that's how much we have in here. We have, like you saw, the 2 onions that we diced and the 2 garlics that we crushed, and about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. After it browns, I will start adding the spices. My mother-in-law got a phone call from my brother-in-law, from her son, my husband's younger brother. He is in Paris with my sister-in-law, and so I took over the mushroom chopping. Hi Suresh, hi Mariam, we love you. I wanted to mention about this tomato puree and tomato paste. I don't always use both. I just use whatever I have. Sometimes I have marinara sauce, like a pasta sauce. Sometimes I only have tomato paste. Today, it was a case of the tomatoes have been in the fridge for a long time. So I actually mixed them, pureed them in my Vitamix, and I'm just going to use less tomato paste than usual, and also take into consideration like the amount of liquid that I put in. We usually just cook like, they say cheshmi, like with your eyes and just kind of eyeballing it. But I did ask my mother-in-law specifically. She said if I was only using tomato paste, I would just use half of this can. Right now, there's about a quarter of the can in this. And she said these two together, the 2 cups and the quarter of this 6-ounce can will suffice. But still, we're gonna eyeball it. Our water is boiling now. I'm gonna add some salt. We add the salt to get a little bit of flavor in our noodles and just a little bit of olive oil or whatever oil you have to help prevent them from sticking. My father-in-law is not the biggest fan of, we call it macaroni, Persian spaghetti. So at the very least, he likes his noodles to be cut shorter. I know that this is appalling for Italians, but you know, just make him happy in this little way. And I'm pretty sure most Iranians actually do this. I just don't. One of my best friends from back in middle school through high school and university, she was Italian and her mom was an amazing cook. Like if I ever went over to their house, her mom could whip up like a, what is it called? Like a Michelin star rating or like a 5-star Italian dinner in 15 minutes. It's funny how from childhood I picked up on how so many other people cooked. You know, like my friends' parents, how they cook. All right, let's pay some attention to our meat. Onions are frying. You might not want to get too close, it's buttering. I'll put on my apron. Let's add our spices. About 1.5 teaspoons. Hey baby, how was your walk? Oh, you want to bother your brother? And 1.5 teaspoons of salt. You want to come cook? Let's take off your shoes, baby. And about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. All right, little man. He's back from his walk. I wanted to mention for the time to cook the noodles. I know packages will say like, oh, boil it for like 9 to 10 minutes or whatever, like, you know, to your liking. I tend to find that I need it to boil for like 20 minutes because I like it to be really, really soft. Whenever our cooking gets interrupted, I do lower the heat so it doesn't burn. If you notice the time has gone by, that's all that's happened, but the heat is back on high, medium high, and the meat is brown, the onion is fried, adding the mushrooms now. I'm gonna stir this and cook it up until the, what do they call it? The mushrooms will cook down, the sides will shrink. Whoever they is. I guess people who know English better than me. You know how funny? I grew up here, but like, I know that my English is still lacking. Maybe because I don't have like generations of English behind me. So while these are gonna cook down, I'm gonna check on the noodles. Need some more time. I'm gonna check a noodle. It's so hot. It's good. Soft. Cooked all the way through. It's time to drain the noodles. Adding enough oil to cover the bottom of the pot. We're going to be making bread tabby today. If you have thin pita bread, that's a good option. If you have lavash bread, that's a great option. And we're going to be using tortilla bread today. It's something that we actually experimented with once we moved here to New Mexico, and we like it. I wish I had potatoes today. We actually used all our potatoes yesterday for kotlet. If we had potatoes, I would have shown you guys how to do it with potatoes, but we'll just save that for a future video. Noodles cooked, drained in the pot on top of the teddy. I'm about to give this a taste test, and if it's tasting good, then we can go ahead and mix it all. I don't know, it tastes really good. I'm just thinking maybe just a skosh more salt. Turning on the heat under this again, medium high. I'm gonna put the lid, and it's gonna be very similar to the way that we check for Persian rice. We're gonna wait for it to steam up in there, and then we'll add that dam koni, which is like either 2 layers of paper towel, a cheesecloth, or just any sort of kitchen towel, and then we'll lower the heat. I'm gonna check to see. Woo, sizzle. I wonder if you could get a close-up of that. Come here.
You
ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sizzle. It's ready to be lowered. I'm gonna put it on medium low. If you go too low, then it's just gonna stop cooking, and if you don't go low enough, your tadik will burn. All right, so now that we've got this going, probably just needs like 20-30 minutes. I'll double check with my mother-in-law. She's more expert at making Persian spaghetti than I am.
Very good.
This is it.